Good morning, Our Beauty Equilibrium podcast family, coming to you live from Los Angeles,
ABE
California.
Live, episode 284.
Thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciate it.
Very grateful.
We're in the fourth quarter once again. Yeah.
So today, Ayesha Curry says she never wanted marriage or kids. Now people are calling her ungrateful. We'll be asking the question, is a woman's honesty about her life and her life's choices a betrayal of her partner or public service announcement? Also, we got sent the image of Young Thug's album cover where he's in Whiteface. Is this a statement or a stunt? We got LA's new housing crisis is putting landlords and tenants in a tricky situation. They are now converting parking lots, parking spaces, laundry rooms, etc. into ADUs. That's not in the contract.
No, it's not.
LeBron James has another cryptic announcement in a few hours. We'll see what that's about. Is this new business? Is it retirement or just a new shoe line? And we'll also be talking about Puff Daddy's sentence. He got sentenced and what this means for accountability in Hollywood. So let's get right into it. For starters, this second decision by LeBron. Did you see the commercial? He comes out, he sits down. They're like the second decision.
I saw it, but
yeah. Do you think this is this hype, y'all? Is this like a real decision? A lot of people are just anticipating him retiring.
What else can he do? I mean, like, what? He gonna say he's gonna get part ownership in the team or something? Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, what do you think it is? It's got to be.
You can't say I'm going to another team. Who wants him?
Somebody will still take him right now.
Dude, that man, who he gonna play with? Steph Curry?
I'm just saying, somebody will take him right now, man. So for those who don't know, LeBron made an announcement called The Decision back in 2010, I believe it was.
Yeah. And
when he made the move to the Heat. So he's kind of playing off of that. It kind of looks very similar. He's coming, sitting down. Whoa. All right. Let's rewind. He's walking out and he's sitting down at the table and he's saying he's going to make a decision. I think it's hype. It's got to be. So I want to just a question. Is this style of this grand dramatic announcement a branding move? Do y'all feel like is a PR gimmick? That's what I'm leaning towards. Or what do y'all think? Is this a way to get the basketball season about to start. What announcement could you possibly have, man, in your 21st season?
I don't, man, like, dude. Oh, man. I don't know, man. This is kind of, I get it. You know, You want to stay relevant, and you still are relevant, LeBron. But let's just ride out in the sunset, big dog. Let's go ahead.
You're not here for it.
No, I'm not.
Clint said he got a partnership with Hennessy. He already had the LeBroniac.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree with Shonda. I think he's going to retire, man.
Yeah, I think this is going to be his last season.
What is this, 23 seasons? Boys,
and look, and they showed the numbers, man, from last year. He put up like 25, 7 and 8.
That's
like,
good.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That boy.
Crazy.
Adrenochrome.
Hey, he on that.
And his finest.
The white one. you know something.
Whoa.
So
bro.
I think 12 p.m. Eastern, what's that, 9?
Oh, so it's about to be in a couple minutes.
Right. Actually, when the show go off, you can see what this announcement is. When this podcast
goes
turns
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So
can
yeah.
check in with the announcement.
Oh
So
Lord.
moving on. Take that. Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, was sentenced to 50 months in prison and a $500,000 fine. You know, do you think? Here's my question to you and everybody in the chat. Do you think Diddy's sentence is a form of justice for his victims, or is it a slap on the wrist for someone with this level of power and influence?
Well,
Morning, people.
Good
what's
morning,
up, Shima?
Come on in.
Sidebar: when we talk about the pastor that no one's talking about that was having relations with 8-year-olds that only got 6 months slap on the wrist. Yeah, I think that this is decent amount of time
Okay.
to serve. But once again, we're not talking about the pastor that was having relations with 8-year-olds, and no one's talking about that.
Okay, I'm not even familiar with that.
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up. So you're leaning towards slap on the wrist.
It's a slap on the wrist.
Okay.
I mean, and he's not going to be in there no more than he'll be out less than a year because first offense and you have all these programs that's going to drop more time off. He'll be out in less than a year.
It's in a year.
Yeah, somebody said July. He'll be out by July.
Okay.
And with the time served, yeah, he'll be out by July. Yeah.
And they said they're gonna appeal the sentence. This legal team feels like he shouldn't even be doing what he's doing.
Considering once again, we have to go back and I don't know this pastor, but 6 months he's not getting no time.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say there were mixed, feelings about this. Although I feel for the victims, and I always think to myself, like, what do the victims feel? What are their thoughts? What are their processes of healing, right? So in this case, you had victims, but then you also had people sending in character letters on his behalf, and some very famous people that we know said that he's a good man. You know what I mean? And then, yes.
Who's the victim? We can't say Cassidy because she was the one who was actually hiring people.
Talking about the roundhouse and everything, they beating her up in the hallway, and
they said there was
all the sex trafficking.
I'm talking on the victims and the ones that were caught up in the prostitution and the charges that he caught. That's all I'm talking about. The people who were actually, in court that has something like that they attested to that happened to them. And
Mr. Freezer Meat, dude.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for no freezer meat. What? What? Get out of here.
But at the end of the day, I would say the whole point of me saying I think about the victims and I think about him also is because I feel like sometimes as society, even when we have our day in court, we feel like that's not good enough. You know what I mean? We feel like if you feel like that was like a slap on the wrist, right? He had his day in court, So now, in regards to how people say, okay, let the justice system, work itself out and all that kind of stuff, whatever. Sometimes, even with going through the system, you don't sustain really like the proper justice that you feel is due, So I feel like that's an important thing that we have to think about. I think that it's important for us as a society to say, you know what, let me remove myself from the situation. Let me really do some things that will heal myself, heal my thought process, because you can't leave it up to these folks to make a judgment that you agree with, Because at the end of the day, he's going to be home with family and enjoying himself, and you're going to see him all over interviews, all over social media in a few probably months. And think about the people who are sitting there like, well, why do we go through 2 years of court?
Right.
Why do we go through taxpayers' dollars like that for him to turn around and be sitting on somebody's couch? in front of everybody, on the cover of magazines, on everybody's social media feed.
The message is like you can't. The message is you can't do this type of stuff anymore. But we all know that that's not the truth.
Yeah,
you can still do this.
Still do it.
You just can't piss off.
You can still do it.
You know.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, that part.
You can't piss off them people.
So moving on.
Yeah.
LA's housing war.
Dun, 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 dun.
Parking versus progress. So the new state law in California allows, and this is a great point. This is a great segue because while we distracted, all these laws are getting passed that are really actually impacting us.
I'm glad you said that, and that's the main thing.
So this new California law is allowing landlords to convert parking garages amongst other areas. Like some people are reporting their laundry rooms are being converted. So basically their amenities are being converted into ADUs, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they're trying to price them out because this is mainly occurring in areas where they're under rent control. So it's like, you can't raise my rent. I'm locked in right now. So now that the people feel like this is a backhanded way of making my life more difficult and hopefully I'll move out. So then you can raise the rent. Mm-hmm. So people are saying they no longer have parking spots and they're putting these ADU homes where they used to have a parking lot, or your laundry room is gone, or your gym is gone.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So and you know, even then the rent is not cheap, even with the ADUs. There's one woman that cheap. I saw reporting on this. She said the ADU was going for $3,000, and it was like a studio ADU. Oh. Yeah, and this happened in areas like Hollywood, Koreatown, to name a few. And it's
crazy because these spaces don't have any more space.
No,
the only thing you can do is go up, and you can barely do that.
And it's not like you can go in LA and easily find a park. So even coming home at night, it might be just like some of these cities where you see the videos on WorldStar where it's an actual parking war. Finding a spot may take an hour or over an hour just to find a parking spot to be able to go home and be in your home.
Yeah, it's already messed up that we do not have the city grid to not have, for public transportation, like you have to have a car out here.
So here's the question.
The infrastructure does not support public transportation.
Because this is done under the guise of we're trying to solve this housing crisis, right? So the question is this a necessary evil? Is this a necessary evil to help solve the housing crisis? Or is this a case of landlords just putting profits over everything at the expense of the tenants' amenities and quality of life?
Absolutely.
This in my opinion, this is like absolutely taking advantage.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you see it just happening all over, and people are like,
just imagine a pool area gone.
and you think about it, a lot of times when you do choose an area, especially in LA, what's one of the first things you're asking? Do you have parking?
Amenities, yeah.
Do you have a gym? Do you have a laundry room? Do you have? And they say yes, and you sign this contract, and now cool. You go. And here's another thing: the misconception is because you have rent control, your rent is cheap. No, rent is still high.
Exactly.
It's just not going to go up unexpectedly. You know what increases you can expect, and then for them to then gotcha, like then you take away the gym is gone, the pool is gone, the parking is gone. Is that now a breach of contract, maybe? And under this law, as long as they convert it into livable space, it's nothing you can do.
Shout out to Breathe Love Troy. He said, housing versus convenience versus profits. You're absolutely right.
There you go. Yeah. Appreciate that.
What up, Troy?
I don't know if you guys answered the question, but can people afford the new places that they're building if they can't even afford a place now?
Well,
no.
Because I think that's a large part of the homeless issue, the unhoused issue.
That's why they're saying it's not That's why they're saying it's not
I
addressing.
keep forgetting that one. Unhoused.
That's why they're saying it's not really addressing the crisis. It's just making more money. So, I'm sorry, if an ADU at the minimum amount of square feet, a parking space. We're talking about a parking space.
Parking space.
If that's 3,000, what are
Yeah.
we talking about? Who can afford that?
Can you imagine a parking space be at 3,000? So we all got cars outside. That's 9,000 for them spaces right there. Where do you pop a squat at?
It's over.
I mean, maybe I think that they're trying to incentivize carpooling and just maybe public transportation
Money.
because
Man, look here.
The manyan.
I don't see that many subways to even get around over here, or that many
not.
bus lines
It's
that's going to
not.
be that effective in moving people around to help with that.
It's not.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep our eye on that. Moving on. Switching gears into
I
our.
want to say this. Just this is also just like another segue, but in Compton, they're starting to in certain areas they will be
Richmond Farms.
Yes, in Richmond Farms they'll be charging for the vehicles that are not registered for the city. You get a certain amount of cars, and then after that you have to pay for a parking permit, and you have to start registering guests, and you'll only be allotted a certain amount of cars per household. So
I can respect that.
That is actively happening right now.
I can
in the
respect
city
that
of Compton.
because this is, man, yeah, it's.
Right, so it's going to be first rolling out in the area between Greenleaf, Alondra, Willowbrook, and Long Beach Boulevard. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Okay. So segueing into this week's deep dive, we got the Ayesha Curry comments on the Call Her Daddy podcast, where she admitted to not wanting marriage, children, and she didn't want either of those. And this has sparked like a little firestorm on the net. She's being called ungrateful. She's being accused of being embarrassing to her relationship and to her husband. And some people are also supporting on the contrary, saying this is her truth. She got the right to speak her mind and say her truth. So what do y'all feel about this? Like, this is yet again, I feel like I'm gonna just start it off. I feel personally like this is not the first time she said something that has
Correct.
kicked off the new basketball season with what? It's just so shocking. I know it's possible to be in a picturesque, perfect looking relationship on the outside, and looking in, you can have your issues. But then when you get to really unpacking this, like she said before, she wanted people in her DMs, and she was shocked that more man wasn't hollering at her, and now this is sound like I never wanted to be married. She said she didn't even think he was going to make it to the NBA in the interview, and she was going to be kind of like the breadwinner.
Well, once again, married people want to be single. Single people want to be married. That's not with everybody, but that's just how it goes. This is her truth, freedom of speech. But I guarantee you, though, if she was on the other side of the fence, she'll be even though she may be successful, she'd probably be wishing that she was Steph Curry's wife. Can you imagine, right? Her and Steph Curry broke up, right before he got his bag, right? And she became successful, right? But she's not Steph Curry's wife. She's just Ayesha, right? And she's looking at the woman that's Steph Curry's wife, and she's thriving, having all this fun. Guess what she would have said? Oh, I wish I would have worked it out with him. You think she wouldn't have? Yeah, all right.
I mean, I feel like there's a balance of, because let's rewind a little bit. I do understand the side that is saying, okay, you got the right to express how you feel. And,
absolutely.
And this is somebody saying, hey, look, I never wanted all this, right? Okay, but my thing is this is public. Like, you're not and that's the point I want to talk about a little bit is at what point do the public get cut off from your relationships and like your personal inner workings. Like, why is this entertainment, or are you trying to like, are you trying to help somebody by saying this? Because it's like you're still there, you're still married, you're still
because
y'all not getting a divorce that we could see. So it's like, I just wonder, like, what is the purpose of this messaging?
I mean, because hands down, marriage is a very, very huge. I mean, it's a responsibility, and you become a union, correct? So all these ideas you can have them, but keep them to yourself. And
See, there you go. Somebody said, I just think that's Tiger Lily's. I just think what she's saying is being taken the wrong way. That's what I'm saying. If it's being taken the wrong way, then what is? I mean, we'll never know. But I'm just asking everybody, like, what is the purpose of saying I never wanted to be married? I never wanted to have kids. I want people in my DMs.
I mean, but just like you said, she
what
can
are you
have those
sharing all this
thoughts,
for?
right? But keep it in house. Why do we need to know?
Hey, it may be an answer. I just want to know what.
But
what is it?
why do she also have to keep it in house? Why does she have to keep it
don't.
in house?
She don't. I just want to know
mean,
what's
she
the
don't,
purpose.
But you know,
You can share.
The thing is, when she shares, it's like it just looks like she is being disrespected. I mean, disrespectful to him by a lot of people. I think that's what
it just gives me that Jada Pinkett Smith energy. To be honest with you,
I'm just wondering, like, this is just yet again. I really want to know, like, what is the goal here? Is it? Why are you saying this again at the top of the season? It's almost like
Well, I just feel like this too. Another thing that is important is that I feel like a lot of
Clint is hilarious.
situations have been created by people's exposure of their relationship, and they already have a beautiful foundation, which I follow right now. And you never know, this may roll out into a book deal. This may roll out into a show. You know what I mean?
Could be a
Like
money
this may
grab.
roll out into a lot of different things because she's saying something that resonate with a lot of other people. So you're going to still have people who say, okay, yeah, this is disrespectful, but then you're going to have those people who say, you know what? Oh yeah, I felt that same way, or this that resonated with me because I feel like this, you know. And I don't think she's actually talking about her feelings now, as of now, because she's a beautiful mother and wife. But at the end of the day, it is like something to be looked at when she is actually saying these things in public in front of our eyes, and they're good, you know. They seem to be good at home.
Don't quote me, but these are her like recent feelings.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to ask this to all the ladies, all the women watching this, and if you're in the chat, do you feel the burden to conform to the public image? Is that something that you feel is burdensome? Because that's what a lot of the comments were pointing at. Like, women are being tired of this. I gotta be a happy wife and this excellent mother and ... Is that real, or is that something that is being put on in a spin cycle?
I mean, just honestly, I do feel like this. Those two things have nothing to do with each other because I feel like she can very well be happy right now in her place where she is. She can be happy in her mind. She can be happy in her life. I feel like the two don't have anything to do with each other because we're talking about something where she was talking about her mindset before. Maybe she never pictured her kids. Maybe she didn't even think about having kids. Maybe she never thought about having a family. Maybe she never thought about being a wife. So I feel like if those are her personal thoughts about before her life now that she actually said for the world to hear, and now people are, casting judgment on that, and it looks, and it may sound a certain way, and then on top of that, I also feel like, why don't we give her just a little bit of grace and try to think about her side or think about her feelings before we do those things, which is like judge, you know?
Well, that's why I'm asking, like, because I feel like I'm trying to avoid that, but it does sound like, I guess in context, I was watching the interview and I'm just waiting to see, like, what is the point of this? Because it seems like, all right, you saying this is only relevant for the most part because you are famous, right? Because people want to be nosy and want to pry into your relationships, but it does expose like some soft underbelly issues in society, which is like, well, what is the point of this? This could totally be your truth. You got the right to say it, but when you share it on a public platform, it's like then it becomes this product, you know? Then it becomes this entertainment, and that has to impact you in your real, actual relationship at some point, because you can imagine somebody, if the shoe's on the other foot, in anybody's relationship, somebody's going on there and be like, I never wanted none of this.
Yeah, it'll be very hurtful.
Like that's like, wait.
I mean, and
what?
the thing is, it's like, I don't even want to talk about accountability. It's, that's just whatever. But she chose to say yes to this man. So she could have not got married. So that was a choice, right? And on top of that, just because she was married to this man doesn't mean that she could not still be successful. She's still an individual. So she could have said, hey, even though we're married, I still have my own, my own views on life. Do you mind if, like, I'm going to go and reach for my goals as well? No one stopped her just because she got married. That was her choice. She could have, even though, and I understand that she said, oh, well, we had, our first child so fast. Cool. Right. But at this moment, you guys have enough money, right, to hire nannies and everything. So if you wanted to go study or go follow and pursue the things that you want to pursue, you could have done it. There's no excuse. You have money. And money, what does money bring? Time and freedom. So you could have had all the freedom in the world to go and been the best successful woman you could have been in.
I think this will be the perfect time for them to pivot, and they can pivot absolutely as a couple. They can pivot into counseling. They can pivot into sharing their story outside of the NBA.
Right.
They can use all of this energy to, have like basically another stream of income. So I feel like we have to very well keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I want to shout out to the comments. Tiger Lily, Mimi, AJ, they were saying that like maybe she wants to have her own identity outside of him. Maybe she wants to be more than Seth Curry's wife, and then AJ went on to say that they were talking about how you get lost in domestic duties and
what AJ, domestic duties?
They're saying women can get lost in domestic duties.
Women, yes, but
because I remember I asked the question. I said, "Is it pressure?" I asked the women, "Is it pressure to conform? Is that a burden?" And somebody was responding to that.
Now I can understand women's domestic duties.
Yeah,
but these people have nannies.
No, but I remember I asked the question to everybody. I said, how do y'all feel? Is it pressure to conform to these societal roles as a woman? And she was saying you can get lost in domestic duties. She was answering that question.
All right. So, well, we 2 minutes.
And I do want to ask this one thing because AJ said men say all the time they don't want their kids, and I said that's a great point. When people say they didn't plan to have this many children, I think children, that's interesting. But I do want to ask too, like, what about somebody saying they didn't want to be married to you? Like they didn't never picture themselves in that. They didn't want that. I think that's a little different from the kids, isn't it?
I think that's a situation where it's like we need more conversation. They need more context, because you can't just say that, and because people are going to be wondering, well, what does she mean by that?
That's
you know
my point. That's what I was asking. So I'm saying, isn't that a little different from me saying, man, I ain't planning on having that last kid, man.
That last kid, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't plan on that one.
I get that,
But versus saying, I never wanted to be married.
You could have said no. Will you marry me? Nah, I don't think I want to go on that route.
And then on top of that, like, why didn't she want? It's a whole conversation. It's a whole different. Like, they can go down.
Well,
every
guess
road.
what? now you're getting your identity, Ayesha. There you go.
So and like you
we
said,
all talking about it. Congratulations.
Shima brought up an excellent point too. I think with his career coming to an end, you don't know where this could lead.
Right.
This could turn into a whole nother source
Just
of,
like I just said.
yeah.
AJ said going to be locked in, looking at the Warriors. Exactly. Support that man. Support him. She's like, my man, my man, my man. People are looking at you now.
It's a double standard with that statement. Please elaborate. So if a man says, I never wanted to marry you.
Oh, grenades.
Out loud.
You won't even
On the
sleep on the
mic.
couch.
I never wanted this.
You won't even be able to sleep on the couch.
What
You'll
would
be
be the
sleeping in
double
the
standard?
car.
Would people be supportive
No.
of the brother speaking his truth?
That's
Doubt
what
it.
happens. They keep you hanging on that first sentence.
Okay.
We don't care about the second one.
And on that note, we might have to unpack this on the. Hey, we getting some questions for the next After Dark for real.
Yeah, but we passed our time.
Yes,
so,
we got to go, y'all. We love y'all.
So make sure y'all like, subscribe, share.
And hit that hype button.
Please hit the hype button.
Y'all did y'all thing in the chat. Maybe say,
Hit it.
Whoa. Whoa.
See y'all next week.
We can turn the ground.